Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everybody present in the room, and good evening, anybody present on the line in. Hello. Um, um, I've got some, well, before I get there, so welcome to the meeting. Fire safety as per usual, out through that door, or if needs be, that door, and assemble in the car park. Apologies for absence. I think you were going to indicate one. Yeah, and I've had one from just before the meeting from Janet, who is not well. Okay, so I think we need to technically receive and endorse those apologies. Do I have a proposer and a seconder? Paul proposed, Jenny seconded. All in favour? Thank you. If anyone has a potential conflict of interest in any of the agenda items, can please declare it now, or if it crosses your mind whilst we're proceeding, to declare it then. Is there anybody that has anything to declare? Okay. So, Chair's report. So, only briefly, you'll be pleased to know, bearing in mind we have a range of meetings in relation to this item. In terms of devolution, a few points just to flag for the record. We had a late grounds public consultation meeting this last Monday, 20th of April. There was strong representation from community groups, including timetabled input from Portishead Lido, bowls, cricket, model boats, junior park run, and devolution groups. The chair of the council gave an overview of devolution, focusing in on the lake grounds. And then we had a number of stations looking at various themes in relation to aspects of the lake grounds. I won't go through the list of them, but we did that, and then we all came back and we had like a report back session where there was feedback from the stations and some comments and questions and answers. And all that information is going to be collated by the council staff, so we can then ensure that we are mindful of the input from residents and users. Bob Cartwright also took a video recording, so shortly that will be online, so those that didn't attend or want reminding can have a look. My personal opinion was that it all went very well, but if anybody would like to comment on it, please do.
I think we've had about 40 people, 43 people provided their contact details, and about 20 people said they were quite interested in volunteering for activities in the future. So that's pretty good.
It's good. The Portishead Devolution Implementation Group has continued to meet, and we've been considering information from the architects in relation to short, medium, and long-term options in regards to operational options and maintenance options. And as a councillors group, we're going to be discussing that further, with it obviously coming back to formal council meetings subsequently. We're waiting on London and Cambridge Properties, who are the landlord of Somerset Hall and the various properties in the precinct, because we want a meeting with them and with North Somerset Council to look at the options in relation to the building, its maintenance and development, and evidently the costs involved in that. Outside of that, I thought for the record, because I can't remember which meeting we discussed it for sure, but we agreed to in due course adopt a litter policy for the council, but we thought we would do two things. A, research policies that other parishes have got, so we don't reinvent the wheel, so we're informed by their policies. And also we were going to undertake an audit of everything that we have and await the devolution of the remaining services that are still under North Somerset Council. So the policy will happen, but there's a few steps to go through before we do that. The other thing we did, of course, and that was circulated at the Lake Grounds meeting, was that prospectus was formally issued and sent around. So there's obviously the prospectus for councillors to share with residents going forward. I don't know if you want to add anything on the prospectus, Paul.
No, I think we got 500 printed. We probably gave out about 100, so there are quite a few upstairs. We'll get them distributed to councillors, but if you can, I just have a few copies with you that are useful to hand out to people. Yeah, a lot of people took them and were reading them on Monday, which is good. It obviously describes in more detail what's happening with devolution, when's it happening, what's in scope, what's transferring, how's it all going to be paid for, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so we've got plenty of them. I think we're going to be distributing them in various locations around the town over the next few weeks as well. So library, Lido, whatever else. So people can pick them up. And Amy's doing she's published it on the website as well, in like a booklet, a format. So it's one of those web pages where you can just click on it, and like a book, and the page just turns. So.
And just for the record, it's not true that we're charging £2 a copy.
No, £2.50.
So
yes. No, of course not.
No, it's free. Moving on, we've been made aware that there's an option for nominations for community champions. I think we're all aware of it, but for the record, the Lord Lieutenant of Somerset is inviting nominations in the Portishead and Pill community in relation to those who demonstrated exceptional dedication through voluntary service, charitable work, or support for local groups and organisations. The deadline for nominations is the 30th of April, with a reception evening on the 15th of July. And I know the details are on the Town Council website. I think, Paul, you're looking like you want to say something.
Steve, do we have any idea how many people have been nominated, or how it's going at all? There's been any information back from
all of that for me? Say no, I don't have that information, but I can find out and I can circulate an update after this.
Thanks.
Okay, was there anything else I was going to mention? Chair's update. Have I covered it? It might come back to me. I've got a feeling there's one other item which I can't recall. Something late. What was that? Oh, the bus consultation. Oh yes, you can share it if you've got it in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a bus consultation that we've been made aware of, which is hosted on haveyoursay.west.co.uk. An opportunity for people to share their feedback. There's a whole series of questions there. We'll provide the link in the notes, and that can be circulated as well. The engagement is open until Sunday, the 10th of May.
Thank you, Steve. Moving on, minutes of the previous meeting. I'm confident that everybody's read them thoroughly. So I want to check if there's any points of accuracy or any matters arising from them. No. I'd just like to draw people's attention to one item at the end of the minutes. where is it? Yeah, you've been renamed as Martin Shaw, but for the record, it's Martin Dowling who's going to explore trail options.
How is the acting career, Martin? Is it? Yeah.
I can't find where it is now. Where is it? Anyway, I'm sorry, it's on the I've got to look in the wrong item. Where is it? It's the very last bullet point before date of next meeting. So that should not be Councillor Martin Shaw. That should be Councillor Martin Dowling. It's always good to leave a deliberate mistake in the minutes just to ensure everybody's reading them. So, yes, aside from that, is everybody happy with the minutes? The last meeting, if so, could we have a proposer and a seconder? Marianne proposed and Martin has seconded them. So all those in favour. Okay. Public participation, other than the next item, which is almost one and the same thing. Is there any other public participation that anybody's aware of? Mike, do. As public participation?
Well, why not? It seems like a good slot to put it into. Am I under the understanding that the litter collection in Portishead is generally on Glendale's contract and the dog bins are on someone else's contract? Can that be affirmed?
The first part is definitely true. So all of the litter collection is Glendale. We do have a separate contract for the dog bins. Yeah. That's run by the town council.
As I thought, because it crossed my vision this afternoon, walking across the pedestrian bridge over Brampton at the end of Brampton Way, that the 2 dog bins there were full to capacity. So clearly the bins haven't been emptied for some considerable time. Could that be noted, please? The bridge by Brampton Way.
Okay, that's happened before because it's a very popular thoroughfare there. So it's it happened a couple of years ago. I'm sure the guy, I think he's a sort of one-man band, so he may be sort of so hopefully Lucy will have more details.
Might have to invest in a bigger bin.
Or smaller dogs.
Or smaller dogs.
Take bags and replace them and moved away. Why just get them? But they are very
Okay, thank you, Mike. Item 7, reports from external organisations. Do we have that person? Yes. Yeah. So I'm not sure how we pronounce your name, so maybe we let you.
Oh, you're looking at me. Right, that's fine. Okay, can you hear me?
Welcome to the meeting.
I knew it was me when you said you couldn't pronounce my name. So
I might. I mean, I would say Negadu, but
yeah, you did it. Oh my god, that's pretty crazy. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Lovely to meet you all. My name's Aseye Negadu. Yes, I am the volunteer engagement manager at St Peter's Hospice. So the hospice is based in Bristol, but we've got about 45 retail sites around sort of Bristol, North Somerset and South Gloucestershire. So we've got 2 stores in your Portishead area. So one Portishead High Street and the other is in the retail park in Wyndham Way, on Wyndham Way. And I just wanted to come to sort of promote our volunteering opportunities that we have at both shops. So if there's people that you're working with, people that you know that they're looking to kind of get back into work, they're looking to get experience, meet new people, just combat loneliness, etc. We are open. I think both shops are open Monday to Sunday, and we are kind of 9 to 5. And we also, for the Superstore specifically, we take young people. So anybody, if you've got young people 13 plus that need to do work experience or they need to do Duke of Edinburgh, we can offer that at our retail shop. It's really about sort of work development and people who they're doing work experience, they're trying to gain new skills, they're trying to better their CV and stuff like that. So yeah, that was it. I'm trying to see if I had anything else on my notes, but I think I might have covered it. Oh, and that we're very flexible. Yes. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I don't know if anyone had any questions.
Emma?
It was only really to say how we get in touch with you to
Yes.
with that.
I'm thinking also, I could put my name in the Zoom, or is there like a direct email I could forward my contact details on to? I can put it in the Zoom chat if that's helpful.
Yeah.
You're happy for us to put it in the minutes of the meeting?
Yeah, so yeah, that's fine. So I'll just put it in the Zoom chat, so I don't know who has access to that, and then yeah, come forward on.
Right, Steve's got access to that. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. Right, I've sent it.
We'll also publicise it on our social media for you. And
Brilliant.
okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, if you need anything else from me, email address, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Yes, thank you. Your Superstore's been open a year or so, I should think, by now.
Yes.
Is it doing all right?
Yeah, I think
Quite
so.
big features to take on.
Pardon?
Quite a big space to take on.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was our biggest one until we bought, I don't know if you've seen if you've been to Bristol, our Abbey Wood one now is our biggest site. But yeah, Portishead was a big project. I think I started like 3 months before, so it was pretty intense. But it was January or February 2025. I think it's doing well. I think we're just looking for volunteers all the time for that shop because it's so big, because it's such high demand. We are getting quite a lot of donations. As you know, there's obviously parking, so we get even more donations there. But it's doing really well. They did a prom dress event a couple of weeks ago, which seemed to go really well, and they did a fashion show. And I saw recently they're doing, I think you can value your objects or something. I think it's advertised on the St. Peter's Hospice social media, but yeah, it's doing well. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
So yeah, what is your mix between paid staff and volunteers in the shops then?
Well, the volunteers outnumber us a bit, but I would say there are about, in that shop, because it's a bigger shop, there must be about 6 paid members of staff. So there's going to be, we always have an assistant manager, and then a shop manager and a key holder. And then we have like sales assistants as well, a couple here and there. They're usually part-time. And we've got, I think with that shop specifically, because it's a Superstore, it will have like a stockroom manager. So, on occasion, volunteers have become paid staff. It's really common. We've had it in one of our shops. A volunteer, she later became a shop manager. She manages the Clifton Village branch. So it is entirely possible to sort of move through the ranks. But yeah, in a nutshell, the volunteers outnumber us. So there's about, I don't know, 10 10 volunteers to 2 men, one, or maybe that's very ambitious. Maybe 10 to 1. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think it was just useful to draw that out. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
No, well, thank you very much for coming. I'm sure we're very positive about the good work of St. Peter's Hospice.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. The next item, standard item, is the signposting and referral report. I don't know if people have had opportunity to look at it. Presumably they have. It's quite brief, to the point. I don't know if there's any questions or comments in relation to it. I'll just pause in case. If not, we'll just note it for information. Okay. We also have, under item 9, we have the CCTV reports. And again, this is presented for information. But again, if there are points arising that people want to flag, then please do. I have to say, I had one thing I looked at, I thought, where somebody's missing and then the result not found. I thought that's a strange outcome, but here we go.
Can I just add to that? I mean, I can't remember if we said before, but Steve and Alan and I went to the CCTV control centre in Weston. It's in the town council building now. So it's been had a massive upgrade, actually. So the quality of picture is exceptional. The 4G camera on the lake grounds, the guys showed us the seagulls sitting on Denny Island. And
did they have permission to be there?
I don't know. They had landing rights, that's right. And also from again, it's a 4G camera at the top of Avon Way. He was able to show us the number plate of a car driving along the Avonmouth Bridge. So we have had reports in the past about the pictures not being up to scratch, but I don't think you can ask for much better than that. So, and you know, it is also just to add in it's not just antisocial behaviour and crime. There are plenty of examples of helping people who've collapsed or been ill. In fact, one of the staff there was in the press. So they saved someone's life the week before in Weston. So through spotting something on the camera and getting around there. So it was pretty yeah, it was an impressive operation. So that's worth adding. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. David, I think you would like to come in. Would you like to come in?
Yeah, thanks. That's Mike. Yeah, I was just going to say, in relation to the cameras, I saw they'd been involved with a missing person search on Esplanade Road as well. But one thing that surprised me is actually the how few reports there are from Esplanade Road, the seafront. Because as a local resident, we quite often see cars driving the wrong way down the seafront, see cars speeding, so on and so forth. And I just wondered in some way whether the camera that we've got on the seafront there can't be used to help police enforce better behaviour in that part of Portishead, which is kind of notorious to such an extent that I think residents have given up bothering to report the speeding and noise disturbance down there.
Well, the camera definitely will pick them up. It's it's a 360-degree camera, so the only things it can't see through is buildings and trees. So it picks up, yeah, all the way along Esplanade Road, no problem. The problem is that the people don't report it. So I'll be Alan today. If they don't report it, the police will do nothing. So so they need to break out of the vicious circle, really.
Ask the guys at Mission Control though. I mean, they must see this stuff going on. You know, with the sort of 24-hour camera there, they must actually see. As I say, people driving the wrong way up the road, people speeding along the road, and if that's the case, if they can kind of quantify that in some way, that might be another way of letting the police know just how big a hotspot it is in Portishead.
Yeah, I guess the issue they've got, they're monitoring like 200 cameras. Okay, so so they haven't got, you know, they need people to report it. and then an action will be taking place. So they're not going to, obviously, if they see someone collapse, that's a higher priority than someone driving too fast along Esplanade Road. So it's a kind of priority thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Mike?
How many is there? What's the normal staffing?
I don't know. Well, it's a 24/7 staffing ratio. It's staff 24/7. There were 3 operatives there. Well, there was a manager and 2 other operatives there when we were there during the day. I think the night shift is obviously probably it goes down obviously probably in the early hours and stuff like that. But I don't know if fully, but it's manned all the time. But, yeah. You can find out if you like, but from the manager's called Jim Stanbury, we can ask him. But yeah.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything more to add, is there, at this point? We've noted a few queries. So the next item on the agenda is the Portishead Economic, with Portishead and Portbury, just to say, the Economic Development Fund. Just to say that the ones that have been, for the record, awarded amounts from the last meeting, Robert John Hairdressing, 3,500, Rolltech Cycles, 6,000, and Powell and Associates Financial Planning, 4,000. The last 2 were part funded. The first one was, no, sorry, Robert John and Powell and Associates were part funded, and Rolltech Cycles was fully funded. There's details in the agenda of what those projects relate to. If you give me a moment, I just want to find my update on the figures, so that the fund has received 72 applications, 30 of which have been successful, 39, obviously some of them are part funded, some of them are fully funded, 39 unsuccessful, 39, 1 ineligible, 1 requiring further panel review, and 1 awaiting acceptance. At this point, if the evidence from a couple is forthcoming, all the fund will be allocated. But evidently, should any of the projects in the coming months be unable to deliver against the grant funding, some of that money could come back, and then we will revisit it. So it's been I think a successful, very successful partnership with North Somerset Council. I think they're really pleased how it's worked with the engagement with the town councillors and Together Portishead. And I think it provides a good model going forward. So that's the overall pot was £152,942. So in due course, we'll obviously have through North Somerset Council some evaluative report as those projects begin to report in against their milestones. So moving on. Sorry? No, I've clarified that. The decision is made there. This is just for information. No, I did spot that earlier. I thought, strange process we've embarked upon here. So they're just for information. Because ultimately the accountable body is North Somerset Council. Moving on, this item 11 is the Heart of the High Streets Award. And Together Portishead have invited sponsors and exhibitors to get involved in Business Community Awards being held on the 17th of July celebrating the quote, innovation, resilience and heart, close quotes, of the town's economy. And there'll be various award categories, and amongst those award categories, they've approached the town council, and we've already discussed this in another meeting and agreed to the invitation, and that was to sponsor by way of £100 for a retail shop, restaurant, pub, or whatever that provides a brilliant atmosphere, a warm welcome, and a reason for people to visit Portishead shopping and dining areas. So we're sponsoring it to the sum of £100, which also will which within that will feature a double spread article in the Enjoy magazine for May, social media posts advertising the awards and the sponsors, an award with the council's name on it for the winner and runner-up certificates with the council's name on it, and the option for the town council to present the award on the 17th of July. And indeed, we can also advertise the council during the event. So not only does it give recognition to a business in the locality, it gives an opportunity to promote the role that the town council has in supporting businesses, and it links very well with the work around the economic fund, I think. So I think that's about it on that, unless anybody's got any other comments. Marianne.
How do we nominate somebody for the Heart of High Street Award?
Well, that's a good question, because I looked on the Together Portishead site today and I couldn't see anything about it. So I assume in due course it will be advertised there. And presumably, with their permission, we could provide a link on the town site as well.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, they can organise the award and the choosing. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think they were just waiting for us to confirm that we are going to sponsor it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there an action there that somebody needs to do to?
Yeah, it's all. I'll tell Together Portishead that we're going to do it. So yeah, or Nikki will. There's an email trail that we can use. So.
Okay, thank you. Item 12, Plaza Traffic Management, and we've got two recommendations. I know these have been discussed previously, so if I read the recommendations, if there's any discussion around them, people can flag. But
sorry, could I just give the?
Sorry,
can I just
give it? Do you want to detail them again? Yeah.
No, could I just give a bit of a preamble?
Yeah, sure.
To it. So there's obviously been a lot of bad parking and driving over the piazza or the plaza at Aqua. It's been getting worse and worse over the last few weeks. I've just got another photo 20 minutes ago from the resident where someone's driven up. They're now driving over. There's a lay-by there with a raised curb. They're now driving straight over the top of the lay-by onto the plaza, which is obviously a pedestrian area. So it's getting worse and worse. So obviously before so Mike's been proved right. So obviously Glendale have been round there and they've redone the grass verges, if you've probably seen. So they've remade all of those. That's great. We've got some planters going in, which Portishead in Bloom are going to look after. I think they're due later this week. Yeah, and so hopefully they maybe get put down next week. But then it's obvious that that's not going to be enough. It wasn't just the gaps. They're now, say, driving over the lay-bys. So we thought that we would purchase some concrete spheres, which are good for this sort of traffic management type of thing, to close the other gaps. We did spot, because Lucy spotted of our Google Maps, because the picture from there is 2015. There were 13 rocks along there, and they've clearly had to basically do the same thing, and they've disappeared over the years. So I don't know if someone's got a great rockery garden at home or what. Anyway, so that was a bit of a preamble. That's why we're looking to spend a bit more money to do the job properly, basically. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So shall I read the recommendations unless there's any other comments? Okay. So the recommendations are, 1, the allocation of up to £1,500 for investigation and potential implementation of concrete spheres and associated measures to deter vehicle access across the plaza. And the second one, delegated authority to the assets and facilities manager to obtain quotations, confirm feasibility and proceed within the approved budget and subject to all necessary consents, with a further report back to be brought back to council or committee to confirm final costs and actions taken. Could I have a proposer? Paul, a seconder, Mary-Ann. If I could take a vote, it's passed. And that covers that item. Yep.
Till time, I can now reply to the resident who just sent me the photo and say we just approved it. That's great.
Timely, isn't it?
It's great when a plan comes together.
Yeah, that's very timely. Communications from this meeting. Do we want to say anything about the last item?
Should publicise that we're doing it. Yeah, and probably when we've got when the planters have arrived, I think we should publicise that they're going in so people know what's going on just before they actually get going. They're going. Sorry, Steve.
Just on that point, actually, to continue, I did hear from Lucy today. We do still need the license approval to come through for the planters. So we're chasing North Somerset for that. But if that isn't in place, I've asked her to escalate so we can put that pressure on.
Months ago, but obviously not.
Other items for communication? Just to say, actually, one thing in relation to the Economic Fund, that press release is awaiting sign-off at North Somerset Council level. So I think it's all been agreed in principle, but we're awaiting that.
Yeah, as far as the comms, obviously, we should publicise the St Peter's Hospice.
Sorry?
St Peter's Hospice.
Oh, yes.
Publicise that.
Yes.
And what else was that? There was something else that we should do.
I mean, picking up David's point, do we want to reinforce that, you know, there are cameras that people should report?
Oh yeah, I will write a short little report about the CCTV operation. Yeah, I'll just put a few words together without revealing too much, you know, but clearly it's yeah, good thing.
Who's got their hand up? Oh, David's physically got his hand up.
Sorry,
David.
I was just going to say I'm emailing Jim as you speak to see if there's anything that can be done with the sort of surveillance to just help highlight the issue a little bit more. But I'll certainly speak to residents around here about reporting speeding more often.
Okay. I think anything else, or the other items I think are covered. Okay, unless there's any other items, I'll declare the meeting closed. Oh, right, date next meeting. Date next meeting, 27th of May, 26. Meeting closed.
Excellent, thank you.